Okay.
Okay. Hello, my name is Ziggy, and I'm gonna kill you, Alex, for being late. Anyways, this is Alex, my lovely assistant, who gives hand jobs. Go on.
What?
Go. Introduce yourself, Alex.
I'm Alex. I wasn't that late. I was on time, actually. Maybe like 30, 40 seconds late.
30, 40 seconds late.
I'm a huge nerd, and that's what this podcast is about.
Okay, enough about you, Alex.
Yeah.
Let's bring in our
podcast for today. Stay tuned next week for Eric's intro.
Yeah. Let our resident Italian give his introduction about himself. The one and only Italian.
Resident Italian.
I'm Eric.
That's lovely.
Special guest.
We like D&D still. That's just, we've talked about it every time. D&D is good.
Every day.
Every day we talk about it. Every day we play like every 18 months.
Now.
Like we play it every year. Once a year. We play it once. We're big fans. So we're addicted. We're addicted once a year.
We're still on a second edition adventure path.
Yep.
Starting the first.
Yeah. We like to make our way up through the editions. We like to, while only doing it once per year.
We like to do like 1 day campaigns, and then it's like a YOLO kind of run. So the characters are permadeath.
Yeah. It's permadeath. We run for 24 hours once a year.
Yeah, if our character dies, we're going to sacrifice a goat to level up.
Exactly.
To revive ourselves.
And if we all die, we start back to first edition.
Yeah. If one of us dies, we have to start back as a first edition character.
Oh boy, that's my favorite kind of game. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Probably not.
People are still listening.
They're probably like, "Oh no, gross, an Italian." Or you're a resident Italian. I'm off. I'm out. Bye.
I didn't sign up for this.
Spider-Man parody is this?
Spider-Man?
Instead of friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, it's the resident Italian.
Yes, please.
Shows up with like pizza and pasta salad.
But for myself, of course.
Yeah, just for you. You come up in a big bowl with 1 spoon and you eat it like, you're like, oh sweet pasta salad, and you open it and start eating it like straight out of the bowl that you bring.
Instead of like he shoots webs, he shoots pasta, like from building
the like spaghetti strings.
Yeah.
That's my ability.
Yeah.
Did we just give away his identity? Oh no. Oh shoot.
Eric.
No, I was going by Eric either way.
What's your middle name again?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Eric Jacob. That's gay.
Isaac Smith.
Ziggy Carl Smith.
No, what? What?
That's about right.
No. That's even...
Ziggy Xavier Carl.
Ziggy Xavier Carl. Yep.
Ziggy Carl.
Ziggy Xavier
Carl
Ziggy Smith.
Xavier.
Alpha Omega Data.
Dang it. Alpha
Zulu.
Omega Alpha. No. Shit.
What are
Hero. No.
Stop.
No.
Stop talking.
No. My middle name is Nathaniel. Bacchus.
Help.
You Bacchus.
Blue cheese.
Dumb.
Oh.
Blue cheese. That's weird. Is that an
nickname,
actual
right?
thing?
That's what they call you in school, right?
Wait.
Blue cheese.
Do you not know what blue cheese is?
No.
Oh.
There's a casual breeze that goes by. No.
Dust going outside?
Yeah, I pointed to my fan. It's hot in my room.
Oh, we couldn't see it.
No, I didn't point. Like I pointed my microphone to it. Hold on.
There's a podcast for a reason. Answer.
You better be really good at editing.
I mean, it's just cutting.
Yeah, that's gonna need to be cut.
Yeah, just the silence of. And this. Or just keep this in.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be. Yeah, lots of cutting.
Yeah, hold on. What time?
So much.
Is it, 7
Eric,
minutes?
you might not realize, but in that Glass Cannon podcast, they cut a shit ton too. They just do really good things. The host will sometimes, like, if he says something embarrassing, he'll like be quiet for a bit.
Mhm.
So he gives himself time in the editing to like
Cut it out.
go over his what he said with silence.
They will never know.
Yeah. Okay, Eric. How do you make a simple character concept?
Doesn't even
Like
have simple.
for like their personality, like the backstory of it, or like the actual
all of
like,
the
class?
above, really.
All of the above, like basically the basics of creating a character.
Yeah. But like the concept more being like, definitely backstory. And like especially connecting like your class to your backstory, or like you're starting. I always try to do that. Like my starting stuff will go towards my backstory. Like if I have a low charisma, my character's going to probably be kind of an outcast or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going to have any bard. I'm not going to try to make my low charisma outcast bard work. But like I get that there's like tons of ways to have fun with it and be like, oh, it's kind of strange for a wizard to have low wisdom, because like they're book smart, but oh, they're not other smart. And they'll be like, I forget what game it was, but one of the D&D games, like Baldur's Gate or something, described a character who has high intelligence and low wisdom is a character is like a professor, like a scholar. It's just you're very forgetful. Like you're a scholar, you can know all this shit. It's just like, oh, I forgot where this is. Oh, I'm clumsy, and blah blah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And connecting your ability scores and all your feats and all that jazz.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
Like what are some good examples?
I mean, sometimes I like to think of like what my backstory might be, like how I want my character to go out, and then I pick my class around that. Like
I do the opposite. I do the opposite. I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to play this class, and then I make a backstory and stuff building around the class. What do you do, Ziggy?
Alex, you've read my amazing, the best backstory ever, like for my character.
Probably that was the best backstory you've done.
Yeah, that was the only backstory I've done. The only.
That was the only backstory
I've ever. Yeah, it's the first only backstory I've ever written. Like I said, mostly I'm just like.
Kind of okay.
I was just most of the time. It's just someone asks, "Yeah, what's your backstory?" I'm just like,
I'll put that on the spot.
So I was in West Philadelphia, and
born and raised.
Yeah, I was just like going to like
coming from the old country south of Philadelphia.
Exactly, but
living the hard life of South Philadelphia.
I just think of more emotion based, I guess. I don't know. Just think of like their mental state. I don't really care about their class, like in it. I don't go like out of my way to make it stupid to like make my magus wizard like in the backstory. I don't do that. It'd do something
combat-esque.
Yeah, most of it is just I like introducing combat.
I liked how you did it. You did your character concept for Vi.
It's Vi.
It's Vi.
Yeah.
I've been pronouncing it V.
It's Vi.
The entire time we've been texting. In my head. Why? V-I?
V-I. Vi.
V-I-E is Vi.
No, it's V-I. Vi.
I'll stab your parents. Okay.
I know it because I was playing a game. That was the character's name. Vi. V-I.
Creative.
I like it.
I was gonna make her a lot too because she had her class, like the Magus class, is very DPS, and her backstory, and she comes from a nation which is very militaristic, and yet her character is basically a
pacifist.
Pacifist, that's what it is. I almost said a pugilist. That's
pugilist.
Well, that lady likes to beat the shit out of people.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, pacifist.
She's very prejudiced.
Very perceptive. She comes from a militaristic country. She's perception.
She's book smart.
V is your magus for
Pirate.
the Skull and Shackle game.
Yeah.
Eric, what's your motivation for making your Lieutenant Bobby? All I remember is I think one day you're like, I wanted to make a fucking psycho.
And you told me like when I was first starting out, like you could do whatever you want. So I found the most craziest shit because that's what I always do when someone asks me to think of anything. I think of the most weird stuff.
Yeah. I do about the same. That's how I made wait, what? Jessica Cha.
Jessica Cha, the most evil character I've ever had a player in.
Yeah, literally what I did.
You poisoned a water supply after killing random civilians.
Well, I stole someone's devil fruit. That was the first thing I did. I got drunk. Oh no, tried to, but didn't.
Yeah. With Dylan, Lily. You both tried to get drunk, but didn't.
Yeah. We were doing a drinking contest, and neither of us got drunk from it.
Yep.
After like 5 constitutions.
Yeah, because you guys were, you guys kept on rolling really good.
Until like a dragon came through like the bar.
Yeah, your dragon came through.
Okay, I wanted to keep that away. Shut up. I'm not evil.
I'm just challenged.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Okay, challenged.
And then
what do you guys think about I don't know if this has a name, but like I've heard like not people talk about it, but I've thought about doing this. Have you ever like thought about like starting off as like of course like it would have to be a custom campaign, not really maybe an adventure path, I don't know. But you start off as whatever like you wanted to, whatever you make a background first, and then you make a class and race whatever that background is like good with. And then like it's only a small background because you'll start young. And then, like, as you go on throughout the game, you'll, like, adventure and fight stuff. And then, instead of being like, okay, fighter, cleric dip, fighter, you do it by what makes the most sense at the time when you level up. Like, in the podcast that I reference to a lot, one of the NPCs, they chose the classes for the NPC. And the NPC, he started off as a rogue, like the story wrote him as a rogue, and then they buffed him up as barbarian for a while because of the character's like internal rage, like it was just because of the character's personality. And then like there was like a moment where there was like a huge like devastating thing, and it totally made sense for that person to come and be cleric. Even and they were like, "Oh, let's do it. Let's make them cleric." And then the next session, they were like, "He has a 11 wisdom." And they didn't even. They were like, "That was the only time I've ever leveled up a person and not ever thought of their ability scores." And I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that, or especially if you were to try to like make you as a person, like me, Alex, as a D&D character, like what my stats would be.
I would be a half elf.
Seems legit. Oh yeah, because you have the fucked up ear.
Hey, buddy, it's not effed up.
I think Eric would.
It'd be an Italian, yeah.
Yeah. I believe they have that in Pathfinder. Let me check. They do have a lot of different human ethnicities. Human ethnicities.
What were you gonna say before I was called just Italian movie memories?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut it because good thing we added that silence. I was gonna be, I had to be quiet because I was gonna be like, I believe Eric's.
Yeah. With Dylan, Lily. You both tried to get drunk but didn't.
Yeah. We were doing a drinking contest, and neither of us got drunk from it.
Yep.
After like 5 constitutions.
Yeah, because you guys were, you guys kept on rolling really good.
Until like a dragon came through like the bar.
Yeah, your dragon came through.
Okay, I wanted to keep that away. Shut up. I'm not evil.
I'm just challenged.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Okay, challenged.
And then
What do you guys think about I don't know if this has a name, but like I've heard like not people talk about it, but I've thought about doing this. Have you ever like thought about like starting off as like of course like it would have to be a custom campaign, not really maybe an adventure path, I don't know. But you start off as whatever like you wanted to, whatever you make a background first, and then you make a class and race whatever that background is like good with. And then like it's only a small background because you'll start young. And then like as you go on throughout the game, you'll like adventure and fight and stuff. And then instead of instead of being like, okay, fighter, 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 cleric dip, fighter, fighter, you do it by what makes the most sense at the time when you level up. Like in the podcast that I reference to a lot, one of the NPCs, they chose the classes for the NPC. And the NPC, he started off as a rogue, like the story wrote him as a rogue, and then they buffed him up as barbarian for a while because like of the character's like internal rage, like it was just because of the character's personality. And then like there was like a moment where there was like a huge like devastating thing, and it totally made sense for that person to come and be cleric. Even and they're like, oh, let's do it, let's make them cleric. And then the next session they were like, he has a 11 wisdom. And they didn't even they were like, that was the only time I've ever leveled up a person and not ever thought of their ability scores. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that. Or especially if you were to try to like make you as a person, like me, Alex, as a D&D character, like what my stats would be.
I would be a half elf.
Seems legit. Oh yeah, because you have the fucked up ear.
Hey, buddy, it's not effed up.
I think Eric would
It'd be an Italian, yeah.
Yeah. I believe they have that in Pathfinder. Let me check. They do have a lot of different human ethnicities. Human ethnicities.
What were you gonna say before I was called just Italian movie memories?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut it because good thing we added that silence. I was gonna be, I had to be quiet because I was gonna be like, I believe Eric's race would be nigger.
Oh my. Hey.
I think you're right.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
There's a strong possibility.
they're just gonna like hear the laughing and Eric be like, yeah, I think you're right. They're gonna be like,
I think
what?
you're right. It's gonna be.
No, I'm not gonna put in the. It's just gonna
right.
cut.
The hard cut.
No, it's just gonna be like
we should add a quiet bit to cut back to.
we should like have like some random noise, just like something that I find funny in this podcast, like a random noise. Yeah. Like it's just that, and then Eric just responds with, "I think you're right."
We should. Jesus Christ.
Wasn't that something you tried to do though? Like what you were describing?
No.
Like didn't we try that in D&D, or was that something different?
We were going to join a game that was like that.
No. Remember you were DMing a game where like we start off as kids?
Yeah. I wanted to do that. I never followed through. That's sort of what that desert campaign that I did evolved from. I wanted to start off you guys all as kids, and then like all like from the town growing up and shit like that. And then like I never followed through because I have no motivation.
We played one.
And the game was pretty like, well, what do we do?
And it was completely sandboxing. You guys just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's why like let's make a tower and get a statue.
I was like, okay.
Wait, hold on.
Let's bring people in and make money.
No,
We're holding up.
Eric, to go along, kind of, I have some question that kind of goes along with like the concept. What's kind of like most important to you while making a character? Like, what do you prioritize, if anything?
If anything?
Yeah, like what's most important to you? Like, what's something that you love to have as your character?
I mean, I like personality-wise, I guess. Like
Anything.
Like no, I'm saying like its personality.
Oh,
like its personality. I
Like,
like
making the personality, or like being, or like you like role playing as the
I
person.
like role playing the personality. Like I like
So like coming up with like a personality that you can be.
yeah, that's what I like too. I also like fun ways that are like not really something traditional to fighting. I like doing that. I like being stupid in fights. Sometimes.
Oh, so like so maybe not specific like specifically like damaging. Like
Yeah, I
it
like
means that
just
you just like fucking around with like spells.
Yeah,
messing around with the battlefield.
yeah, I like making it harder for someone to attack, or at least what I hope it's gonna do. But usually I mess up because I'm not that smart with
You'd
D&D at
probably
least.
be Eric's favorite class, the witch. The witch is the queen of debuffing.
Yeah, I like if we're in a bar, I would like break the bar to like
Same.
make it harder.
I would raise it.
Shut up. I would break like a piece of the bar.
Because I'd raise the bar. Go on.
I would break it so that it would be harder for them to like aim if they're like an archer, or rush at us if they're a melee.
Or Russian.
Or Russian, yeah. Or it would just collapse on them. So that we would have extra time to do something. And I like people like that. That's where I got it, from watching other people do that, because it just makes the story, or at least some combats, more interesting to listen to, at least.
Yeah. Adding a lot of challenge. I've never really played. Well, a lot of my classes are usually DPS.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question about what's most important to me when making a character,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I would always say I like making a character. I always like making underdogs and making like backstories that fit the character. But like, I like messing around with mechanics a lot. Like making a character not only have a good backstory and structurally sound and make sense, but also not mechanically suck.
Yeah.
Min-maxing. In a way. You do like doing that.
I do, okay? But like, min-maxing except making it make sense. Not being like, oh, I'm going to make this because it's going to make my character strong as fuck. I try to make it make sense of why my character would have this. But like, there are options where like, oh, obviously if I wanted to be super strong, I would take this rather than this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do that. Like, drawbacks in, drawbacks in Pathfinder. Eric, do you remember that one drawback where all it does is get rid of your shadow?
Yeah.
And then there's another drawback that's called warded against nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes no wild creatures willingly go towards you within 30 feet.
Oof.
So like, it's not good if your party has like an animal companion.
Yeah.
But if your party doesn't have an animal companion or a familiar, everybody will just stick close to you while they go to a forest, and you'll never be attacked by wild animals.
The shadow thing would be annoying for my whatever shadows.
Oh yeah, your shadow psychic thing.
Yeah, because shadows. It's in the name.
You'll have really fun. You'll have really fun with it.
I'll have fun with it.
Really lots.
Really lots.
But I don't think anyone would just take that for no reason. I still need to come up with drawbacks.
It does no deep, like most things don't really affect it.
Yeah.
Well, like your shadow thing, like there are other options. Like shadow was not the best option on that list. That's why I read the entire list to you instead of being
shadow.
Like, this one's good, and this one's good, and this one's good.
I like shadow.
Yeah, and there's some things about shadow that I don't like or that are situational, but you don't really care.
Yeah, no. I like being situational.
Because the thematic bits you liked a lot.
Yeah, I like being super situational, and even though in most situations it wouldn't be good, other situations it would be good. Even though
prepare for the right moments.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I
like situational stuff a lot too, because that whenever the situation does come up, you're like, "Fuck yeah, I can shine with this."
Yeah,
ability
like
that I never
you
get
do
to use.
nothing, like pretty much nothing. Like you don't really do much, at least. And then the one moment where you do something, you're just like, "This is what I've been waiting for. I am so happy now." Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, told you this wasn't a broken character. The low charisma bard was good.
You mean the dexterity paladin that I purposely made terrible?
Hey, okay. I found out how to make that work. It's just at the time they didn't have enough books to
No,
make
no, no. At the time, I was like, "There's 12 people here. I'm not making a good character," and I know 80%.
Serious character.
Yeah, and I knew 80% of the puzzles because Chris ran them by me.
Well, at least it
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, and only you knew them because he made us do binary.
Yeah. And I was the only person, at least I'm pretty sure, that knew
And you were
binary.
the only one that knew them, and it wasn't because of a class. It was because your dad knew them, and your dad taught them to only you and Chris.
Pretty much, like he just took a puzzle. He didn't teach us it. He had it in his campaign. That was good. And then Chris took the exact same thing.
Oh, did he just not do it as good as your dad, or were we all just kind of stupid?
Well, he didn't do it as good, but I think he was also annoyed for one, and also my dad's a better DM.
True.
He had like a better layout of it, and he made a much simpler
Chris is
version.
Nah, never mind. Chris doesn't watch videos.
No, I'm just saying. He knows for a fact he did it worse. I don't care if he hears this. You did it worse, Chris.
Fuck you, Chris.
Represent. No, don't say that. That's mean. Anyways, we're still on for dinner tomorrow night.
By the way, P.S. If my mom's listening.
By the way, P.S. Mom, don't ground me for saying mean things about Chris.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
Do it now. No.
Cut the mic. If it's delayed, right? Beep that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alex, what's your other question?
My second one was how to like have fun with structuring and making a backstory, and then also like as a DM connecting characters' backstories to the story. So even with adventure paths, I'd say a great example of this is Curse of Strahd. I freaking love Curse of Strahd. It's my favorite. What are they called in 5th edition?
Story?
Campaigns.
Are they just campaigns?
Yeah.
Okay, in Pathfinder they're called adventure paths.
Yeah.
And I love Curse of Strahd campaign a lot. And the person who got me really into that was Chris Perkins, and he did a show with
Nate wants to battle Pro Jared.
Yeah,
Holly and someone else.
She works for Twitch. I forget.
Yeah. Those are just YouTubers I know.
The girl that works for Twitch is Eric's motivation or Eric's inspiration for the Paladin. That's super optimistic.
Exactly.
And from that podcast, he incorporated a lot of the characters' backgrounds into it. I don't want to get too spoilery, but
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
How far have you gotten into it?
I've gotten to hold on, shut up. To where
Have you gotten into the
Jared
Giant
got.
Slayer?
I've gotten to where Jared got hung. That's about it, and I stopped watching.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes on a lot further.
Yeah,
They go on to a second. They go past Curse of Strahd.
Do they?
They actually end Curse of Strahd abruptly and not by the book. So they could do the other campaign, the giant Storm King Thunder. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And in that he just connected the stories with the character backgrounds with the actual story really well, and I'd recommend watching it. But he is my inspiration to do stuff like that in the games when I DM. And whenever I DM like for fun, like whenever it's not like an adventure path or a campaign, and I just wing it, all I do is I make the entire game based on people's backstories, and like I'd be like, yeah, sure, make like as much. The more you write, the easier it is to incorporate a character into the story because there's more details and you can add more descriptions and more hints
2
for your character.
pages.
Yeah, you wrote 2 pages, and I'm gonna match you. Oh shit.
I'll write
tomorrow.
10 pages.
Games tomorrow.
What if the next time you see my backstory for the pirate game, you just see 10 pages?
You just keep on writing more and more.
Yeah, and like you just look at it, you're like, how?
Like, I didn't stop. I write like an hour a day.
Yeah.
This was my backstory.
I'm writing a book. What?
Wait, what? Wait, I'm not writing the story of the D&D game? Oh.
You've just been writing the story.
Yeah, I've been writing my own D&D
Yeah,
game.
you just write what you think the story's about.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Skull and Shackles.
I don't know.
About a skeleton prison.
I don't know any of like the characters' names. Like I know Bobby. That's about it. I don't
You
know.
mispronounced your own name.
Yeah, like I misspelled my own name. It's just like VE. It's like V and Bobby and Minotaur dude and this guy all go.
Bouby.
Yeah, Bobby and
Booby.
My favorite
Giant
character.
dude and
and
Chris.
Whatever
I'll
Chris
go.
is.
And Chris, we go on adventure. We find the skeleton dude and steal his luggage. We find his
Shackles.
booty. In his booty he has a map to the shackle. We swim up because we had underwater
just
breathing.
The one.
Yes.
Just a singular shackle.
We need to find the puzzle pieces.
It's called
find it.
it's called the Shackles because that's just what the island of chains are called. It's not Skull and Shackles because it's like chains.
No. In my story of what I think
In
it is.
your story, you're making it canon that's what it is now.
Yeah.
What is Chris's character?
He's a fighter, specializing in shields.
Specializing in shield.
I'm-
He's changed his character a lot.
I'm
He has.
specializing in legs.
He wanted to do Magus, and then Ziggy said no.
I did. I just said no.
But I even told Ziggy like, yeah, Chris wants to be Magus, and he's just like, no.
Did you
Because,
tell
because-
Chris that I said no?
Yeah, I'm like, you said you couldn't. He's like, oh heck, okay, I'll think
Ziggy said you couldn't.
Because he's very like dead set when you say no.
Yeah, I'm really stubborn. I'm a really stubborn person. Whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
depends, I guess.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
See, you would have a useful Magus, and then you'd have one that runs around.
Yeah, you would have a edgy dead parents.
We
Did you dead parents?
we make fun of
That's
Chris
all
for
that-
having
all
anime
Chris is-
backstories, like
Yeah.
about dead parents and stuff.
Being edgy, having.
Oh, I should ask Chris if he has it done. I'll read it out loud.
Yeah. Eric, whenever we talk about backstories, he's just like, and I have to write at least one page because of you.
I still haven't done it. I have to do it today.
Wait, are we playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
10:30, right?
Yeah.
yeah, around 10:30. He gets back home. 10:30 to 11. You know.
Uh-huh.
And we're all, and he doesn't have work the next day, so he's all fine. And we're all night owls, so I think
Yeah.
we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? I go to bed at 10 every night.
No,
You didn't go to bed at 10 yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
No, you
No
didn't.
proof.
You fell asleep, but like technically today.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was only
shut
calling
up!
you till then.
They can't know my horrible sleeping schedule. They can't know I went to bed at
Shut
4.
up! Don't let them able to make fun of me.
I stayed up for 25
Ruining my
hours
facade.
yesterday.
You died on the
I woke up at 3 and I stayed awake till 4.
Nice.
It's good.
inside.
I woke
Sounds
up.
Awful.
I woke up. Well, I was sick the other couple days, so I had to I'm on a terrible sleeping schedule. I need to reform it. But it's the summer, so I don't really care as much. But I would like to not get up at 3 every day.
Why not?
It's because it's no good.
Man, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's all right.
Okay.
It gives
Then.
you so much more to do, man.
Did-
you
wait,
feel so rested.
Wait, Alex, did we do your second question? I can't remember.
We sort of talked about the connecting it to the story part, but how do you guys really structure it? Like,
Oh.
how in depth do you go?
Well, it depends how I feel. The day that I made my backstory, I was just like, I can't write. I've never done a backstory before. I'm gonna write the longest thing that I'll ever write in my life for a backstory. 2 pages.
I usually ask who's running it what the area is like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
asked you a bunch of stuff like that, Alex.
I asked Alex just the strongest military, who has it, and how like
And
he
who
read
they're
it.
warring against.
Yeah, who they should be warring against, and he read it and told me what to add to it.
Yeah.
Which I added brother name too. You didn't say
Oh
that.
yeah.
I asked for some basic backstory about Eric, and he just gave me the player's handbook for the campaign.
Okay, hear me out. Wait. I gave you the Wrath of the Righteous basic handbook or the Skull and Shackle one?
The Wrath of Righteousness, I believe.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
No, Skull and Shackle's the one you gave.
Okay, that one was the one I was planning to do with the freshman, and I didn't want to do, so I was not motivated to do that.
No, you gave it to me like recently.
Okay,
Because
hold
for
on.
the-
I'll
the-
be back
Oh,
in
for
a
this one?
second.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're back.
Ask Alex.
Why shouldn't you give me the player's guide to Wrath of Righteousness?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about like I did that to you for Wrath of the Righteous. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have like talked to you about your character.
No. Yeah, I asked you about Skull and Shackles because I knew you read like some pages of it with a freshman. That just never happened.
I know.
And then you just look at this and I'm like, okay.
I know that it's. I don't want to spoil it. It takes place in a island chain. Like it's just like a shit ton of islands in that area, and it's called the Shackles. And like it's like a whole bunch of port cities. You know, it's there's like small villages and or like small fishing villages or like big port cities. Like a whole bunch of shit in the Shackles. It's sort of like its own country. The Shackles. I think the Shackles is a country, maybe.
In this universe?
Let me see.
Who knows?
Shackles. Let's see. The Shackles Pathfinder Wiki. Yep, it's a nation.
No, huh?
Its
We're going to the
government
Shackle.
is the Free Captains, a council of pirate lords. That's badass.
Wow.
I wonder if we'll meet any of them.
Ooh.
Ooh, Eric, with Lieutenant Bobby, you've probably been underneath one of these guys, maybe.
I probably have.
Or
I
like
still have to
or
write
a
his
previous
backstory.
one.
Yeah, it was a previous Pirate War.
Previous Free Captain. The leader is Kardak Bonefist. Badass. What's this guy look like?
I was a captain underneath one
shit.
of those words.
Look at this guy. We could post this on the Discord or on the YouTubes,
On the other tubes.
on the tubes, wherever the hell we post this thing. It won't be able to be on iTunes.
It'll be whatever.
Pictures on here. This is what he looks like.
Oh
He
god.
looks like Blackbeard, and he has
Yeah.
a cool ass feather and a do rag. He has that classic tricorn hat,
The typical
Big
pirate hat, you know.
black and gray feather. It's badass. I like him. Oh shit!
What?
We kill this guy in Skull and Shackles.
Oh, you know that?
Well, we're supposed to. I believe he's like one of the main aggressors in this campaign. He's also known as the Hurricane King.
Ah.
And I believe one of the books is called like something to do with hurricanes. Let me look.
Something to do with hurricanes.
Help.
Yeah, Lieutenant Bobby was a captain or this guy. It didn't go well, as you could tell.
Yeah, Eric's original character is based off of a old D20 One Piece system that we did awfully. It was fun. It was fun. It wasn't mechanically balanced, or our version of it. It wasn't good at all.
What?
It was fun, but it wasn't like good.
Well, it's fun for like us three, or no, like everyone except Chris.
Chris didn't really have fun. Fuck Chris.
Well, he didn't have fun because he didn't
all-
make himself have fun.
Yeah.
That makes
Seems
sense.
legit. Yeah, he didn't let it. He took it too seriously.
Yeah, he took it way too seriously for like
he
what
got
I was
captured.
doing, for what Eric was doing, and for what Dylan was doing.
Yeah.
Like, how could you take it seriously?
Let me
We
see
were
if
a
the
circus.
first book. Let me see if the first book even mentions the Hurricane King.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we were to the circus, and then there was Chris with his dog.
Oh shit! The wiki. Okay, these things. If it's on the wiki, it must be like common knowledge then,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, in addition to ruling Port Peril, the largest of ports of the Shackles, he also commands the Man of War, Filthy Lucre, Lucre.
Alex, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But
Yeah.
like, no, I mean, I'm not that sorry, but
Okay, go on.
whenever I come down to you guys, we should do like a live podcast. Not like live. I mean, like we should have face
All
cam.
together. Oh, okay.
Like all together, we
Cool.
should have like a camera. We should just have fun.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd be
Nothing.
down too.
Sweet.
Yeah. We need
Big
like
on.
stacks and stuff though.
Okay.
Like
Stack.
yeah, and snacks.
Oh, I thought you said stacks. I'm like, stacks of what?
Yeah, like stacks of diamonds, like in Minecraft, like a stacks of 64 diamonds. No, we need like sour gummy worms. That's about it. That's all I need. And maybe Doritos. I'll have like a couple Doritos. Okay, here's my question. No, I'm kidding. Alex, continue with whatever you're saying.
Bonefist has an obsession with firearms and owns a magical pistol, which he claims to have used to kill over 100 people.
I feel like I'd be the captain of this guy.
Yeah, you'd probably. Okay.
Probably was. Like, I
Talk to Alex about it and don't tell us too much.
Yeah.
Because Alex could probably do his research and fit you in.
What was the guy's name?
Insantis on Discord. I won't give out a number.
No, I'm talking about
He's talking about
Yeah.
the guy he wants to be captain over.
Under.
Oh,
I know. Alex is.
cut that.
Alex, I know you're slow, but like, come on.
Number six.
Help.
One take.
Kurdak Bonefist, also known as the Hurricane King.
Stone fist.
Bonefist, not Stonefist.
Oh, go on. Okay. Oh, I almost spelled his name right. I almost
Almost.
spelled Kurdak right. I did it with a C instead of a K.
You're dumb then.
I know.
I know.
I typed in Kurdak Bonefist and went to Dark Souls 2.
Oh, I wonder if he's a character in Dark Souls 2.
It's a weapon. The Bonefist is a weapon. You punch people.
A Bonefist?
Yeah.
Did you type in Kurdak Bonefist?
Yeah, I did, and it gave me that, but I'm going to type in Captain Kurdak Bonefist, the Hurricane King. There we go.
Really? I just typed in Kurdak Bonefist, and all it gave me is just a shit ton of Pathfinder stuff.
Oh, no. Well, maybe because I spelled
Maybe 'cause
Kurdak. There we go, yeah, I get it. Because if I spelled it with a C instead of a K for the end of Dak, it gave me the Bone Fist.
I see. Oh, he's a challenge rating 18th person. I'm not going to look at his character sheet, though.
Seems easy.
Jesus, we're only supposed to get to level 14 in Skull and Shackles.
Only 14?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
told me this
God.
already.
I didn't know that.
It's a 6 adventure book, and we're six book adventure, and we're going to 14. I hope that they make it plenty fun, like, or that it goes by fast or something like that, because that's really
That's a long
like,
book.
14. Really?
Yeah? What about it? Is that like weird?
Wrath of the Righteous is going 20 and
Yeah.
then some.
Mm-hmm.
Giant Slayer and Kingsmaker go 17.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read the other ones, but they all are pretty high. I don't know if I wonder which one's the lowest level.
Can Google that probably?
Let's see.
Level 1 because everyone dies.
It's probably like some starter thing, like a beginner's campaign, like D&D has.
Oh, let's see what the very first adventure path is.
Or maybe a one shot.
Yeah.
Screw off.
Wait, never mind.
How do you spell her name? Hurricane.
Yeah, that.
You hear
I
that?
put two state. I put two C's.
That's how you spell it.
Ooh, okay. It does mention it in the book. Oh, see, yeah. It's firearms in Skull and Shackles. Although rules for firearms appear in Pathfinder RPG Ultimate Combat, firearms are relatively rare on Galarian, which is the planet we're on. They have been around for little more than 100 years, and they are still uncommon outside of Alkenstar. So Alkenstar must be a pretty cool place to be at. As a result, firearms do not appear in the Skull and Shackles adventure path until the final adventure, when the PCs face the Hurricane King. You don't have to follow that. It says like, however, some piracy and firearms go hand in hand, and swashbuckling pirate adventure path would be incomplete without trusty cutlass and pistol. Unfortunately, it's relatively easy to add, or fortunately, it's relatively easy to add firearms into your campaign if you want to include them in your game. Each adventure in the Skull and Shackles adventure path will contain a note with a suggestion on modifying the adventure to include firearms. In the Wormwood Mutiny, which is what the first book is, there are ample opportunities to not only include characters who use firearms, but also to give PCs access to those firearms. Perhaps the Quarters Master Store area, blah blah blah, contains a few firearms that they could steal, or maybe they could trade in and barter for. Blah 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 blah. A whole bunch of other stuff that's spoilers. I've read the first few pages, or the first few days of the book.
Mm-hmm.
There's one day. No,
don't tell me.
Book. I wasn't gonna tell you.
No, don't tell me.
It's
I don't
gonna be
want
fun.
any spoilers.
There's one specific day that's cool. I didn't read.
Wow, really? Wow.
I won't tell
Hey.
you which one whenever we get there, though.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Watch,
I
it's
know
gonna
that one.
Skip over it, and it's gonna be.
One day it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be anticlimactic.
It's gonna be man, I can't even talk about it.
He's
But
gonna
yeah,
like
are you
watch
okay,
this.
Are you okay with knowing?
No,
Look up.
he's gonna watch this podcast and be like, I know what day Alex is talking about,
I know exactly what they
and
mean.
he's gonna cut it out.
Just for him.
It's so annoying.
That'd be hilarious.
Alex wouldn't do that. Alex likes me. He's nice.
I mean, Alex gotta stay together.
Oh, it mentions Hurricane King 15 times in this book.
Oh. Stuff.
So, Hurricane King is known.
He's known.
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 Known. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Here's how it breaks it up. The first book is levels 1 through 3.
Okay.
Second book is 4 through 6. Third, 7 through 8. Fourth, 9, 10. 11. Or, fifth is 11 and 12. And then sixth is 13, 14, 15.
So it goes to 15.
Okay, it goes to 15, not 14.
Wow, you liar!
Shut up.
We've poo-pooed Garbo liar. Get out of my
Shut
podcast, you sister.
Shut
Go
up.
give some more hands.
Let's see what the very first book goes to.
1 to 3. What?
Yeah, didn't you say that?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No, not the very first book. I mean the very first adventure path.
Oh.
Oh. I'm like, wait, didn't you already tell us?
I'm special, okay? I don't need this. I don't need this shit right now. All of your characters are generally good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm neutral good.
Wait, Eric, are you chaotic good?
I like to think I'm chaotic, like neutral.
Okay. Do you wanna
So
pillage
it's
with me?
evil.
Pillage?
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Pillage.
won't
Sweet.
be happy with you guys.
No, my character's like really gentle and shit. It's just that like first she tries intimidation with with plundering before going to like let's burn everything.
Mm-hmm.
She goes like or he. It's a
Yeah,
guy.
but that's exactly why I didn't like
It's
my
not gonna be
people.
fighting. It's gonna be like.
But I
a-
don't like taking things from other people.
Oh,
I am against that.
I guess we'll have to-
I won't do anything bad to like anyone unless they make me do something bad.
Unless they clearly try to agitate.
What if your character's assertive?
Huh?
Cause like I can imagine him and I haggling like a dude, and then you being like coming over and like slapping Eric or something like that.
I would
Don't
just
talk
yell.
to him like that. Okay,
Be like, no! Don't do that.
we'll see how that goes.
I'll just like glance over and laugh at you.
Like-
and keep on going. What was happening?
Like I do the classic like anime thing where you just like you like feel something and it's just like you turn around really fast and it's me just like with a very disappointed eye just shaking my head.
Baseball.
I shoot you. I do what I did to Chris.
No, don't Chris me. I was gonna say don't Chris me.
Don't Chris me.
That's what it's referred to now. Every time someone says something I don't like, I just Chris them.
Yeah, but I don't say anything. I would be like, I would probably say, why are you doing this? And if you don't give me a good reason, I would say, don't do that. Why would don't do that?
What would be a reason to be plundering or haggling some people? Just because we want some
Because
of
they
this?
Yeah, I can imagine us being like, we're running low on food and have no money.
That's not a reason to do that.
We would absolutely do that.
No.
But first, we would ask for charity, and then we would haggle.
Yeah, we'll
be
pose
like-
as poor folks.
Yeah, first we'll try like we'll roll diplomacy, and we'll be like, please, we're hungry, and then we'll be like, nah, and then we're like, okay. Now, and then roll intimidation.
Now that I think about it, if I'm undering this guy and I used to be under this guy, it's gonna make more sense why I have the pride drawback.
Oh shit, you have that pride drawback? That one sucks.
Well, remember I asked you, told me like, what's your guy? I'm like, well, I'm an alcoholic, and, and I get really like, agitated when someone questions.
Yeah, and if you get agitated when people question, prideful works perfectly for that. Like,
Yeah.
did you read what prideful is?
Yeah, it's like when someone like questions my loyal, like what was it?
Yeah, when someone
I get, like, a
disrespects you or
-2.
questions your loyalty.
I get -2
What?
in diplomacy and intimidation, or it was sense motive. It
What?
was not.
What if I like came up behind you and I like knew that about Eric? I was like, wow, you really can't fend for yourself. What an amazing captain.
And he has a -2 for all those for an hour until
They
I think it's-
apologize.
Yeah, until they apologize.
Or they don't apologize.
And then like you're just yelling at me instead of like intimidating. You're like, what? No, I'm the best captain. I'm the best out of all of you. It's like, yeah, and you're just here trying to get pity from a random stranger. Doesn't seem like something a captain would do.
Oh no, it's not for an hour. I was combining that with something else. You just have a -2 on diplomacy and sense motive against them until they apologize.
Oh, so they have to challenge. So they have to challenge my dignity, authority, or honor. Or someone threatens or accuses or
So
challenges. you.
dignity, you don't really have much. Authority, no, you're not author. Honor, though, you're like honorable to the captain, or maybe captain
He is
yourself.
the captain.
He's gonna be the captain.
Yeah, he's the captain. He's the most charismatic dude.
Captain Bobby.
That's true. That's true. He is the most charismatic.
Captain Lieutenant Bobby.
Give me a second. I gotta do something.
Captain Bobby.
Yeah. What did you do my drawbacks, or do you still need me to tell you?
Alex has them.
Mm-hmm.
Alex was doing it while I didn't have internet.
Yeah, fair enough. But
Alex is at work, so we can't get them right now.
yeah, just tell me whenever. I mean, I wouldn't do it right now. Obviously. But I mean, you don't know me. I'm just an internet boy.
I'm just an internet boy. I see.
I mean, I met you in real life once, and you pulled my hair a lot. And then threw water over me, I think. With a water bottle. You're
I
weird
don't-
in person.
I don't think this.
Huh?
Shut up.
No. Alex is like the worst person to meet in real life, guys.
Huh.
Like, no, I love you, Alex. I love you. You're just really
Okay.
you're just really hyper, and
Okay. Okay.
you're hyper in real life, and I'm not that hyper in real
Okay.
life. I don't like it. And you're just like touching me. You're very touchy.
I like touchy.
I don't like it. Like, I hate people coming in contact with me.
I will
I-
come in
like,
contact with
I would just like go white pretty much if someone tried to hug me. I would feel like
Okay.
violated.
you. I'll
That's
hug
like
you.
equal in my book as raping me.
I will hug you and then also rape you.
No, wait, don't.
Okay.
Like, that's an exaggeration, of course, but like, I don't like being touched. I'd be like, stop it, please. You don't
Help.
touch me in the face.
Okay, yeah, you break out.
I do. It's not very pleasant either. Sometimes. Where did Eric go?
He said he has to do something, so
You know, I had to go water my dog and
dogging.
no, I had to go water my dog and walk my plants.
Huh.
Oh, I hear
There's
him.
Eric.
You do. It's me.
How do you do?
I do good.
You suck.
I was getting food.
Dude, I have food too.
Unprofessional.
I have rice
Hey,
and chicken.
There is pizza.
I have rice and chicken.
What are you,
Asian?
Chinese?
No, pretty sure I'm not.
Got him real good.
Chinaman.
China. Sorry.
Eric,
Same.
Yeah.
I know the answer kind of to this, but what do you get annoyed about by the players in a game?
When they don't like actually roleplay their character in any sort of way.
Is that it?
That's and
Do you want the
medic.
list?
Yeah, just give me the 100% everything that annoys you.
Explain Mike.
Yeah, so
Explain
the
Mike
freshman
first.
Mike. So he will make his character, and then he would have like some backstory to it or whatever.
Mhm.
And usually pretty detailed.
But then don't roleplay it at all
At all.
in any sort of fashion. And then gets upset when things don't go his way in any turn corner. Like, it's understand if you're constantly being just rammed in the ass that you get upset. But like when any little thing goes a little bit south for him, he will get super upset, which is funny.
Yeah, I remember one time he was like, "Oh, my character would do this," and then he fucked with one of the other PCs, and then the PC like got beat Mike, and then Mike like punched Eric's table. He slammed his fist down on the table. It was really funny. I had to hold back from laughing.
Because like I believe it was like I and James stole his stuff. He threw in a. It was like a test thing. So you had to throw these valuable things in a hopper, but all that might be threw in this like little like hazard zone.
It was Acquisition Incorporated. The testing things where they had the in the first room they had to do the catchphrase, and in the second room they had to.
I'm being hollered.
Heck, dude. The second one they had the collecting the most valuable things, and basically Mike like screwed with James and tried to steal James's things, and I don't know. He was like, my character would do this.
Would he though?
I don't know. He was like, I decided to play a lawful evil guy, so my lawful evil guy would do this. I'm like, whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Fuck you, kid. Eric and him beat him.
I feel like I'm decent at knowing what my character would do. I feel like I'm decent at that.
Most of my characters like a part of me, so I'm pretty solid.
Yeah, that's kind of like me too. Like when I did Jessica Cha, that's just like the embodiment of like every malicious like gene.
Yeah,
I
like
have in me.
all of the want to kill.
Yeah, everything that in me is just like kill, kill, kill. I put it out. Just Jessica Cha. Now that's in League. I love mentally raping people in League. Like that's my favorite.
Okay.
You kill them. Okay, this is what I do. Okay, sometimes I don't do this when I'm playing with friends. They can't know this. When I kill someone in lane, I just like in chat, just like, oh man, you messed up there. Like I tell them, what were you thinking there, dude? Why are you trying to jump on me like that? It's just like, instead of like saying, man, you suck, you ask them like, you're a good player. Why did you do that? Like, they have to now come up with an excuse in their head. Why did I do that? They come back to lane. I kill them again or something.
So instead of saying you suck, you say why did you do that?
Yeah. It's worse because it's just like, oh yeah, sure, I suck, dude, lol. You're like making their mind turn on itself. Just like, why did I do that? Like, that was actually stupid. What? Like, then he just, like, gets tilted and he tries to fight you again so that he can be like, why did you do that? But you kill him again? And you're like, dude, stop doing that. That's not gonna work. Then he just gets fumed to death. Then you just, like, go and win the game because he's probably gonna be flaming everyone on his team because he's mad.
I see.
I love getting people mad.
I don't play. I don't play League.
I played a game with Eric and I went 59-4.
Okay.
It was good. It was good. I think Eric went like 1-4. I'm just waiting for Eric. Well, actually, you can. What do you hate about people in like D&D? Like, what gets you annoyed?
I don't like when people look up shit about the adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Mike did that too.
Yeah, I need that.
I don't like it. I don't like it whenever like players are like excessively a dick.
Yeah.
Or like players like let their character be excessively a dick just because they can. Just because like it's not, it's my character. I know in the 5th edition Tomb of Annihilation I'm doing with all them, our bard. We got a new player and our new player was being introduced and the new player was disguised as a Yuan-Ti, which is like one of the main enemies in that book. And so we were like attacking the Yuan-Ti, and then eventually she got rid of the Yuan-Ti facade, and then like kept her hood up. And we were like trying to like talk with her, but our bard kept on like attacking her, and like he summoned owls to attack her, and then he was like, since I have low wisdom, my character would have forgot by now. And then so like every single round, she's just fighting these fucking owls.
Oh my god.
So annoying. So stupid.
It's me.
I have a story like that. And like Wednesdays, like there's like a game shop. And that's where Chris and I used to play. Chris still plays there. I don't because I got really annoyed. There was like a kid that went there. And we were like thinking of a way to like, there's orcs sleeping. Like a whole bunch of them too. And there's only like 3 of us. We're just like there like watching them. And then we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna silently kill all of them off and like steal their stuff. Like that was our idea. It's like, yeah, that's really good because we're really like, we had a monk, we had an assassin rogue, and then we had a wizard. The wizard, the like 12-year-old kid, was like, I cast fireball on one of the tents. And we're like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, I want to though. It's a cool spell. And then the demon's like, I can't do anything. I'm sorry. You use fireball and you wake up everyone. And it kills no one. But the orcs take a lot of damage at least. Or 2 of them do. That's it.
So you picked like the one with the least amount of people in it.
Yeah, he picked like the worst spot ever. He hit next to a next to a tent, I think. He's like, I'm gonna burn them alive. But they wake up. And then they chase us, and we leave. We don't get anything out of it. Nice. And we like lose the mission. Like we were trying to like get like a letter or something. I don't even remember. We're trying to get something from the orcs.
When we broke into an orc stronghold. It didn't go bad, but we broke into one.
It went really well.
Yeah, a little bit too well, but
it went so well. We stole that guy and bolted.
I like the way how we escaped too.
Yeah, we just put a silent spell and then we hacked at the walls, which were made of wood, while under a silent spell.
What is it like when players use like their knowledge, but not their character's knowledge. What's that called?
Metagaming.
Yeah, I hate that. That's like really
I do
annoying.
too.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm glad
That's what Mike did.
you guys are. Yep. I told him that he looked up shit. Like he looked up the adventure.
Yeah, and looked up all the bosses that were coming up.
Yeah. So Eric like changed them.
Yeah, that's when I mainly lost my entire motivation to do it.
I mean, like, yeah, what's the DM gonna do? Oh, cool, you know literally everything that's gonna happen now, and like how to fight everything.
So that's why I threw against 3 Balors, 3 Mirrorless, and 3 Beholders.
He didn't even let my character live.
No. I wanted to end.
Feels bad.
I was
man.
ending it right there, right now.
And then Eric was never seen again at that D&D
Yeah.
table.
I'm surprised Mike was never like, oh my gosh, like
That wasn't supposed to happen.
no, that was bullshit. And then he like tried to look it up in the book and realized, like, so I can't even find it.
He asked me, like, what's that in the book? I'm like, yep. Just walked out.
Okay. What drew you guys into D&D? Like, what made you find it and want to play it?
I don't honestly know. Like, I remember just one day thinking, like, I remember being into RPGs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, just that day being, like, craving RPGs.
Yeah.
And, I saw that Baldur's Gate, or, like, I forget, maybe, it was Cryotic. Yeah, I was watching a live stream of Cryotic. And even before that, I sort of knew about D&D. I don't remember where it was from. But I was like, I just didn't know how to get into it, but I saw a Cryotic live stream and he did Roll20.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, sweet. So I went on to Roll20. So I don't remember where it came from, like where my knowledge of D&D came from. I just remember that it was something to do with role-playing and like being in person and rolling dice. But I don't remember like who told me that or like where I saw that.
Eric, what got you into D&D?
Well, it was really simple. I think Alex told me, like, hey.
I got him into D&D.
Yeah, he asked me if I want to try this thing, D&D, and I'm like, sure, sounds fun.
Yep, and the way I always describe D&D to new people, I'm like, okay, so think of Skyrim, except you can do anything.
I don't know. That's not how you explained it to me. I can't remember.
No, you were. I didn't have to explain it like that to you because I knew you'd probably be okay with it.
Mm-hmm. I like trying stuff. I mean,
yeah, I knew that like you were like the right type of nerd.
That was the right type of person to be playing such games.
Yeah.
I wonder if Moosin will listen to this podcast.
Maybe. I don't know. He likes
Well,
that.
He doesn't like D&D, and maybe this will get him into it.
Maybe.
Well, he hates it. Every time someone speaks of it, he like leaves.
He leaves the podcast. Yeah, or he leaves the Discord.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Maybe his dad like beat him while saying Pathfinder, D&D, 5th edition, 3.5.
Just all the numbers.
Yeah.
20-sided dice.
He also leaves when CJ talks about Arma 3 or Arma 2. One of those two.
Oh yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like me and CJ were like gonna play some Armor 2, and he was talking about it, and Moose was like, if you say Armor 2 one more time, I'm gonna leave. And he said Armor 2, and when he left, never showed up.
Yep, he just literally never came back.
I think he was listening to his DLCs and he didn't like it. No.
Yeah.
Mooson's an odd character.
See, I was never really into D&D. I played it when I was 6 or 8 first time because my dad is really into it. Like he still plays it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we played it once and I enjoyed it. Like I like the aspect of role playing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like combat. That's why I like it's just like fun to fight and then like make up your own like world where you get to do anything. That's
It's a nerd's paradise.
yeah, basically. Like you get to be someone that you're not, be super powerful if you really want to, or just be Ziggy. I mean, like, come on, just be me in D&D and see how fun that is. Like, make me in D&D, have fun with it. I'm probably like the best person to like be as, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like you get to have the long locks of hair. Like, dude, come on.
You can draw.
Yeah, you get to draw. You get to like talk. I don't know. It's a speech.
Ziggy, your dad drew you into D&D, right?
Kind of. Like, he drew me into it first. He's like, this is a game. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But Chris mostly drew me in. He's the person who's just like egging me on to like play it more. So pretty much Chris. And
weirdly enough, you didn't start enjoying it until I brought up Pathfinder. No.
no, I didn't enjoy it until I played it with Chris.
No, I mean, because you always complain about D&D and how you don't enjoy it.
No, I don't. I just say that it's like boring sometimes. Like, it's boring for like real. Like, if you're really playing the game and you're really serious, that's when I'm just like about to fall asleep. Like, I hate that.
You hate like all the actual campaigns and everything.
I hate it when everyone's like super mopey because they have like terrible backstories. They're just like, in my mind, the scene is just like super gray and bland, and they're just like sitting around, just like.
Okay, so you like it whenever other people are like excited and into
it. I love it. Like when they're all excited, I'm excited. When they're all just like dumb and doing nothing, I'm just like, what am I doing here?
That's how Parker is.
Yeah, like like I get that some people.
That's how Andrew is.
I get like some people are really good at like making an exciting moment. I'm not really one of those people. I don't make exciting moments. I kind of like push into it.
You like witnessing them, though.
I like witnessing them, and I kind of like speak into them somewhat.
I remember an exciting moment. You weren't there though, Ziggy. It was Alex and then the dungeon crawler one, whatever Connor called it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Where he was the orc, and he was falling from the sky fighting some other orc. You remember that, Alex?
Yeah, that was my favorite D&D moment.
Yeah, because everyone was like on the edge of their seats on what happened, because they were like 120 feet in the air fighting. So Alex was like, I'm gonna grapple him and jump off. So he jumps
up. Let me describe the start of it. Like, at first, this guy is like an orc chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's using some sort of weird dark magic. Like, whenever we were fighting, I was just fighting him because we didn't. I was a half orc and I wanted to sort of domesticate orcs.
And you were better than the old chieftain.
Yeah, I obviously because I beat him. But
like the one we rescued.
Oh yeah, the one I rescued. We rescued. Whatever. Same thing.
Yeah, basically.
And basically, like at the start of the fight, he was like sort of cheating. Like he did that. He did this darkness thing where only he could see through it and I couldn't. And basically, all I did was just stand still. And then when he attacked, I attacked at disadvantage to hit him. And then I would just do that for a while. And then eventually, like it went away. And then he got on a bat, like a flying bat, and was gonna like charge me, but or he was gonna like, go into the air and then cast a spell on me. But fucking Bard over here, Van turned into a giant bat too, and I rode him and I flew after him so he couldn't cast a spell. And then that's where we got into the sky, and like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grapple him because I've never grappled before. Like for like 3 rounds, I was looking up the grappling rules. Like the 3 rounds of us flying in the air. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna try to grapple him. And I remember like Van giving me the help action or giving him disadvantage by fucking with his bat, or I don't know what, I forget what was happening. But like I eventually grappled him, and then we hurled off, and then we had to make more grapple checks mid-air to see which of us it would land on. And I believe I crit. And I landed on him, and I landed on him. Huge blood splatter. I came out with 1 HP, and that was not even using the 5th edition orc thing where if you go down, you instead go to 1 HP. I was like at 59, and I took 58. Like. It was really lucky.
But it was very epic, too, because, like, after you hit the ground, everyone was just dead silent as our DM, Connor, was explaining on what happened.
Connor's such a good storyteller.
Like,
I remember that, man.
Connor's probably my favorite person that'll probably never really meet. I played a game with him once, but is that really meeting him? Not really.
Now that you're getting more into like doing D&D, you should try to join one of Connor's games sometime.
Possibly.
I don't like 5th edition though, so Connor's the only person I will play 5th edition with. Chris is that stupid Viking campaign he wants to do.
Norse mythology.
Yeah, the Norse mythology.
Is that a 5th edition one?
Yeah, he wants to make it 5th edition for some reason.
He's the only streamer, like the only person that played D&D that I'd watch and enjoy. Like that's the only person.
Oh, Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I watch his that's also how I met you.
Has them.
No, because I don't think he streams anymore. But anyways,
No.
through
Okay.
Connor, I met Alex.
Oh.
Kind of. Like.
Oh yeah. Chris showed you the streams, right?
Yeah, Chris showed me the streams.
Oh yeah, because I remember whenever he first introduced me, he was like, "Yeah, this is the Ranger."
Yeah.
And my stats were awful.
I didn't
Like
I couldn't
tieflings
look
were
at
not
him.
good Rangers.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning that, but I didn't really care. I didn't ask.
That was my first D&D character.
And here comes Eric.
I was like half demon ranger. What the fuck? That was awesome. It sounded so cool.
It sounds cool.
Backstory. And then I realized like my backstory that I came up with like later on, like now, like the backstory that I came up with is kind of unfair for DMs because I was like, oh, and then he got this super cool tattoo that like it had something magical power or some shit, and like DMs are never like that like makes it like pressure. You pressure the DM into like making something, and then like he doesn't want to make it unfair. Give you something like extra.
It's
thinking
sparkles.
back on it now. Yeah, thinking back on it now, I think it would be cool if it was just like, you can use it as your casting thingy, or yeah, or like even though light can only be on an object, you can have light on your arm or something like that. That's
something really simple. That's not.
Yeah, something that doesn't break the game, but it still makes it useful.
And also, Rangers are probably like the worst class ever.
Rangers awful class.
They think they're still the most useless in Pathfinder.
In Pathfinder, they are still pretty not that amazing.
And plus, you can just play another class if you feel like being a ranger.
Yeah, there is Slayer is one of my favorite classes, and that's a combination of Rogue and Ranger, and Rogue and Ranger is my favorite multi-class in 5th edition.
That's gay.
Yeah, you don't like multi-classing.
I hate multi-classing. Well, I don't hate it. It's just a principle at this point. I can't.
I mean, whenever I do that, Hunter x Hunter,
I'll multi-class for that.
Okay, good. With that, it's probably going to be a prestige class now. Honestly,
Okay,
if we're doing Pathfinder now that we're doing Pathfinder,
you might as well make it Pathfinder.
I don't like 5th edition anymore. It's just too simple.
You might as well make it Pathfinder that game, the Hunter x Hunter. Whenever you do it.
Yeah, whenever you get your lazy butt off. I mean, what?
Same, honestly.
Okay, boys. What? This
I don't
is
even remember what the question was.
I don't know.
You already answered it.
Sweet.
But here's the final question that I have for you guys. What's your favorite memory in D&D or Pathfinder? Like, what was your most exciting or best moment that you remember?
Besides that one, someone else go well, I think.
Eric.
Man. Because I don't know, because I've witnessed a lot of great moments.
You can just say, like, your favorite
Like,
moments.
I mean, it's probably gonna be the time when the first One Piece game that we did.
That was pretty fun. I enjoyed DMing that. I like that a lot.
I love playing it.
I don't think that was that my first D&D game, or
that was not your first.
Didn't we do like little ones before that?
Yeah, we did little ones with like Chris and stuff that never like turned out into anything.
Because all I remember was like my Goblin Samurai.
That was Chris's game.
That was pretty a funny character I've made.
We were in Alex's game for a few sessions.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was one that you and I were in for like a solid 6, maybe. Well, like a few that we were in for like a month, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe we didn't.
I don't remember. But like, so like, I guess it'd be like too. It's like my Goblin Samurai, which it's like the earliest character I can remember making.
Oh, dude, you should remake that in Pathfinder because samurais are really good,
Yeah.
and goblins are really good for samurais.
Yeah. But like because like he was like disappointment to like everyone across the entire nation.
Yeah, your background was that like
I was a bodyguard to this like this lieutenant kind of guy, and I fucked up, and some guy killed him.
No. This was a goblin for Chris's one shot.
No. The lieutenant that he disappointed was that Lieutenant Bobby.
No,
was that Lieutenant Bobby?
I was guarding like a lieutenant or whatever, and some guy was like infiltrated or whatever. It was a general for like the army. And he was just kind of like amongst everyone else, so he just killed him when no one was paying attention. And then so basically, I'm disappointed in myself and everyone else who like knows about it. Like, hey, aren't you that goblin who fucked up? Like, shut up!
Shut up!
yeah, I was just a disappointment basically, and like add to the goblin list of disappointments.
Makes sense.
Another reason to hate goblins, they can't do their job.
Dude, goblins are so cool, man. I like goblins. Especially Chicky Chuck. Chicky Chuck's my favorite goblin that I've made.
Have you like never played him though?
No, I haven't played him yet.
How many goblins have you made?
I've played.
Did you say one very quietly, Alex?
Yeah. I've played 2 and I've made 1. I made 3. I mean, sorry.
I've played 2, but I've only made 1.
The other one was made for me.
I made 3, but I only played 2 of them. The third one was supposed to be.
What the fuck I was doing?
the third one was meant when you were gonna run Skull and Shackles. That was the Goblin Bobby.
Oh yeah, that was
Goblin Gunslinger.
Still a good Bobby, but you wanted to make this Bobby
human.
Yeah, you want to make this Bobby good.
Yeah, I want to make it good.
This character, by the way, is it won't be very good at first level.
Mm-hmm.
But, like getting like it's only the only reason why you have the feats that you do now at first level is because you just have so many feats at first level, and it's perfect to get them early.
Mm-hmm.
So you can dual wield a pistol and a rapier.
Oh, sweet.
But
what?
It does not. But it's only a +4 to hit on each one whenever you're dual wielding.
Okay, but
with that, if you put away your gun and it's just your sword, that's like a +7 maybe, +6. And then if it's just your sword without the gun, or if it's just your gun without the sword, it's also a +7 or 6.
Okay, so it's basically
it's just only when dual wielding, it's a +4 to each.
I mean, that's still nice for first level.
Yeah. In 5th edition, like proficiency starts at +2, and then like a 14 in a stat, like that's not that bad.
Yeah.
14's a +2, so that's +4. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
But Pathfinder version, but still, it's 2 +4, so and one's against touch AC. So like, guns need to roll like a maximum of like 15
to pass there.
to hit most things. Like because guns go through armor, and the only thing that they're hard to hit is dexterous people.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have like
high dexterity, it's kind of
hard. So like a person in plate armor, their touch AC is only 11.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
rip them apart.
Yeah, and you all you need is 11 to hit. So like that's already 50%, and then +4, blah blah math.
Whatever. We don't care about.
Yeah. It's already 50% with the D20.
Alex. For my character, I hold on. How do I word this correctly? I need to think, but like when I cast magic, can I just like put my hand in like the form of a gun and like put it sideways like a thug?
And cast it?
Yeah, I cast why not? That would be funny.
Because not all spells are okay.
Any hand spells.
Like any spells that have an actual like projectile, I guess.
Yeah. Like bam. Like magic missile. Bam.
It's not.
I'm gonna
it's
rip
not
you
for me to
apart,
say.
buddy. Pew 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 pew.
Well, we could do that, but they don't go through your hand. They just kind of.
Yeah, I'm just doing them. I'm just
Yeah, you're like pew
pew
pew pew pew. Even though your sword's your arcane casting, you're holding it with your other hand.
It distracts them while casting.
Yeah, like I have it behind my back. It's like pew pew pew, and it's just coming out of my
that
back.
reminds me of a character that I wanted to make. There's a thing that you can do in Pathfinder called Dirty Tricks, and it's stuff like you kick sand into their eyes, you blind them for 1 round.
Yeah.
You do something, you blind them, or you do something to them for 1 round, whatever. And they're just like miscellaneous dirty tricks, and like you can get like feats to make them better. And rogues are really cool with them, and some forms of fighters are pretty cool with them. And I thought that'd be really fun to make like a swashbuckler one, and he's just like fighting, kicks in into their face, fighting, like, and then, like one hand like off to the side, distraction, and then like stab him.
He just yells distraction to distract.
Yeah. My uncle would do that. Like he would like lightly like slap my cheeks, like slap. Distraction, like way over there. I like look over there and then like slap my face really hard.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
What
So
kind of idiot are you?
I was like 10. No,
Yeah.
I was less than 10.
Do you remember the other goblin I was with the one shot Alex of Pathfinder we did at my school?
Oh yeah, you were the alchemist.
I was the alchemist. I had bombs.
Yeah. It turns out that thing had did that thing have mutagens?
I think so. I think I had some type of mutagen.
Okay, because there's a.
I think because I can make mutagens. I think.
There's goblin-specific archetypes where you can replace mutagens. Like, there's 2 goblin archetypes for archetype. Wait. There's
goblins?
2 goblin archetypes for alchemist. And one is fire bomber. And the other is winged marauder. And I have both of them, and grenadier.
Grenadier.
So like with this is Cheeky Chuck.
Yeah, I remember
the fire bomber. All his bombs deal fire. Any bomb that deals fire damage, which the base bombs deal fire damage. Fire bombers only add their intelligence bonus. Wait, hold on.
Think this through, Alex.
I need to think this through. Someone else talk. What was the question?
Well, what's some of your favorite moments?
Yeah, what's your favorite moment in D&D?
What's your favorite moment, Ziggy?
Mine would probably be in the One Piece game where I played this. What was her name? I forget. It was Jessica Cha, pretty much. Her last name was Jessica Cha.
Oh,
Saya Lai, that was her name.
Yeah, something we didn't call you that. I think we all just called you Jessica
no
Cha.
one called me that. They're just like Jessica Cha. My favorite moment is when we were all on a boat and another like marine boat came on, or pirate boat, just jumped onto our ship, and I was a pretty little lady, and I jumped onto their ship.
Yeah, you were the only one on your ship.
I jumped onto their ship.
These were the mountain people. Okay.
Yeah. I jumped onto their ship. They saw me, and I was like stealing something. They're like, "What are you doing here?" Oh, I was lost.
Oh no, these weren't the mountain people. These were you guys were at the cook place, and then.
Oh yeah.
You guys are at the cook place, and your guys' ship was parked, and then right next to your ship, a giant marine ship slowly parked next to you.
Yeah.
And you decided to hop on.
Yeah, I did, and I was like stealing like a barrel of alcohol. I was like, "Oh, I was lost. Can you help me find my way or something?" And they're like, yeah, sure."
I used the exact same excuse in a Pathfinder game. That was just me and Alex. You remember? Yeah, it was when I got my way into a barracks looking for some keys around the castle. I opened this one door, and there's this big like executioner, I guess, with an axe. Someone's like, "Hey, close the door." he opens it up like, "What are you doing here in the barracks?" I'm like, "This is the barracks."
And then he rolled a good bluff check.
Yeah, because my character was based around bluffing and everything, because I was lying because I was cheating and gambling. And he's like, "Well, get out of here." I'm like, "All right," and I walked right out. I didn't find any keys.
So the first archetype,
there you go.
Fire Bomber.
Uh-huh.
He can at first level, which is pretty cool. With his bomb, he can throw it at a person, and then it does a d6 per something, whatever levels. I'm at level 5, and it's 3d6 plus my intelligence modifier, which I have 26 intelligence. Because this is a homebrew game and it's really shitty. And I dropped it to do this podcast.
Good.
And
Hold on, Alex. Question: was the podcast worth it?
so far, yeah, I had fun making the character, but I don't like it's way too
when the guy was
homebrewy.
like, it was a Weeaboo Paradise.
Yeah, it was Weeaboo Paradise, and he made me roll for my background and all that shit, and it turns out I'm force sensitive. One of my things that happened in my background was like, ooh, this year you had a certain amount of like love interest or whatever the fuck, and then they were like, okay, these are the options, and one of them was a Geodude. And like they're like totally like legit serious. They're like, okay, this is a Draconican, this is a human, elf, half elf, Geodude.
And you're like, wait, can you say that again?
Like,
I'm not familiar with this one.
but the thing with the like that's just normal alchemist stuff. But the thing with this archetype is that and bombs splash, and so it hits that one square, and then all the squares around it, like adjacent to it, all only do reflex save for like I think it's like reflex for 1 point of damage or something like that, or some I'd have to look it up. But if that splash, the extra splash, does an additional intelligence modifier worth of damage.
Okay.
So it's 9 plus whatever splash damage is. And then like the Winged Marauder, you get an animal companion, and you can ride them because it's a medium companion and you're a small creature. So I'm riding a giant bat, and I can fly. And it has this feat where once per day it can move its speed times 10 to run away.
Because why not?
So that means in 6 seconds, once per day, it can run 400 or fly 400 feet.
In 6 seconds.
Yeah,
400
good,
feet a
man.
second.
It's good, man.
Casually.
Oh, dude.
So you go about 66 feet a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back calculations is like 400 feet per second. If it all checks out right.
If I carry the one.
Help.
Divide by the quadratic formula.
Help.
Alex, have
Times
you
it by
figured
the
out your favorite D&D moment?
That orc one was my favorite D&D moment. Like, I haven't had another one where I was like, oh, this is cool.
You've never like thought D&D was cool, other than that one moment?
Oh no, okay. There was one moment. Neither of you were in here.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll just leave. I'm kidding.
Usually.
I'm in like 0% of these stories. Let's see now.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was once again Connor's game. This is Connor's original Lethlin game with my tiefling. And it was our fighter Kinkelman 1v1ing
oh, I remember this.
Yeah, 1v1ing the slave lords champion, which was an elven fighter who was higher level than him, dual wielding scimitars that were magical. And Matus got both of those scimitars because the fighter wasn't like the fighter didn't want them. His sword was better, and I was the only other one that was proficient in scimitars.
So you got them.
So I got the scimitars. But they were 1v1ing, and all I remember was like everybody just being on the edge of their seat, and like the bard would like would have to roll a sleight of hand. It was either sleight of hand or stealth to cast a spell, And he would just constantly give the fighter bardic inspirations, and they would just. I wish I remember the details more, but I remember it being a very, very close call, and like the fighter almost dying. But eventually, once again, usually a crit got her.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that one being really interesting. Yeah, I think he had that episode recorded, and that was one of the last episodes he had.
Yeah. So many epic moments. I mean, I remember a moment that's not as epic, but
do you remember your dwarf's fight, your dwarf's healing method while shooting down at the well? And like you wouldn't go down while we were fighting those monsters, so you would stay at the top and you would just heal us from atop.
Yeah, I did too.
You didn't go down to fight the monster with us. You would just heal.
I think because I was almost dead by it when I went down there before. Wasn't that?
I don't remember.
I
remember Chris almost dying and Chris being a little salty.
When Bobby shot him, or was that this game that you're talking about?
It's this game that we were talking about. But also that I remember Eric almost did a spirit bomb at a city.
Yeah, I made him do that.
Well, because I was gonna have a PTSD moment, and he took advantage of me.
Yeah, I did do that. I changed my favorite moment. My favorite moment is when I made Bobby almost throw a spirit bomb at a time until Chris stopped him.
I don't even remember how my PTSD kicked in.
I think
there was some sort of flashing lights from the city, and you're like, my PTSD kicks in. From the distance, there's lights flashing from the city. And you're like, my PTSD kicks in because of the flashing lights. And then Ziggy's like, really?
Yeah, I start seeing red and I start shooting at the trees.
Yeah, you're like, I start seeing red.
I think I said shoot at that town, and I threw you up or something. I don't remember. Somehow you got in the air, I think.
I think I was just floating from all
do you remember, Eric, whenever you were like, with a laser, can I reflect the laser off of the moon? And I found something. I found something on iFunny, and it was like, scientist bounces laser back off from the moon. I'm like, Eric, look, it's
you. something Hollywood done, yeah.
You could do it. We should do that Roll20 or that One Piece game again sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Actually do it by the book instead of trying to morph our own stupid system.
Oh yeah.
We tried to combine 5th edition and that.
That was funny though.
It was funny, yeah, it was pretty fun.
Chris almost died 3 separate times.
I got him detained.
Remember when Chris was like, guys, I swear I'm gonna run the One Piece game.
He did for a session.
Yeah.
And then everyone quit.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That was the most funny shit ever.
Yeah.
He was like, am I in the wrong?
I don't think we even said anything to
I don't remember what it was. It was kind of railroady. But
it was because we when we got a boat, we had some Marines chasing us. I think we stole a Marine boat. But then one of the I think it was the bard or whatever the chick was. There was a guy who was playing a chick.
Yeah,
went to the Marine boat for help. She was calling for help. And then the lieutenant happened to have a devil fruit where he could spawn termites and send it right to the boat instantly without us able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the boat was sinking instantaneously. And so the two of them thought it was bullshit. The one guy who I forget what he was.
I don't remember either.
He was, I think he was some kind of a rogue or whatever.
Yeah, he was good at disguising himself.
Yeah. Or because when he broke into
bard.
Okay.
The guy who was playing just a guy.
The guy that stormed out.
Yeah.
Both of them did, didn't they?
One stormed out and the other one was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, because I remember he was annoyed from earlier because he busted into a room and threw a bunch of flak at the girl that had 2 people captured or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy. It did nothing, and she instantly knew he was there or something like that. He just thought it was stupid. And then midway of him complaining, Chris ended the call.
Because that was the end, guys.
That was when I was on Skype.
Chris is the funniest DM ever. Not because he brings in the comedy, it's just because of the players just
The players fuck with Chris.
Yeah.
Because what makes it fun?
So what makes Chris's okay? So for his Norse mythology games, we need to take what we learned from this podcast and make it into our characters.
Didn't he tell us not to min-max?
Yeah, he said not to min-max.
Let's min-max.
I was gonna do that anyway.
Let's make our characters absurdly overpowered.
I'm down to do that this time,
Okay.
just for funny, just for comedy.
Yeah.
Wait, Ziggy, do you want me to make you a multi-class so Chris would be like,
No.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
like completely
Do that.
ruined-
Do that. That would be funnier.
Yeah, make him a multi-class character.
I'm a for fun player, guys.
For fun player. There recently, there's a thing that is called the rule of cool. I always called it the rule of fun.
Why?
I don't know.
'Cause
Like
you're dumb?
that's just what I heard. That's just what I've heard it. But Alex calls it the rule of cool, which makes more sense.
What's the rule of cool?
So like, if something's cool, you can do it.
Oh, okay.
Like I wanted to run and leap off a thing, like down onto someone, but like technically by Pathfinder rules, I couldn't like charge. I couldn't charge off something, or like I couldn't like do it. There was some sort of rule there that I couldn't do. And he's like, "But like, fuck it, like I'll just give you like a -2 or something like that."
I think
It was-
you did something like that to me because I had like 2 swords or whatever, and I wasn't gonna do anything really. I was just like looking at some guy and he got away from me and I was on a building, so I decided to jump down and use my sword so that I could like lie down. And he said, "Yeah, whatever, you can do that. I don't care."
Yeah, well, yeah, it's fucking One Piece.
Yeah, I just like spiraled down and chased
I
after him. or
really
whatever.
wanted with Chris's game. We had guards chasing us, and I just killed both of them with my 2 guns. And then, as soon after I was done, I went to the bar.
Yep. You also like threw your dog at someone, like Chris's dog at someone.
I did do that. That was in the first One Piece game.
Yeah. We've had 3 One Piece games, by the way, in case you're confused by any of them.
3 separate One Piece games. One was 1 session, the other was 1 session, and the other one was like 3 sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
My favorite one, which wasn't the one with Jessica Cha, the fake Jessica Cha, Sayalai. That one was
one
funny,
that
and
went for
I became like a spy pretty much.
Oh yeah, that was the one that. Oh yeah,
That was the one you called in the Marines to our location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that. I didn't do that though.
Well, no, the Marines.
Oh no, okay. No. One lasted for like 2 sessions, and then that one, because that was the one with
Parker,
Parker.
and
And
Sean.
Parker.
was that all 1 session?
No, that was like
No.
3 or 4.
That was
that was
3. Okay, so we had multiple ones with more than 1 session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because the first one we did had a few sessions.
yeah, and then Chris's one only had 1.
Yeah. And then Chris with me, the first one even harder because he wanted to do 2 separate things because he got annoyed that me and Ziggy left him.
Oh yeah, that's why we stopped doing it pretty much. Like the first one wasn't because Alex was lacking.
Yeah,
in
because
inspiration.
Chris picked a fight with like a guy that wasn't hostile.
Yeah, I think I left right before the fight even started.
And then I left
Or-
during the fight.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
then I got all the blame.
Yeah, it was
For
me
leaving.
and Bobby who took all the blame. And because I left during the fight, and then
I didn't
Bobby
even know there
never
was a
was there
fight.
for her. Yeah, you didn't know that.
He's like, well, you left us to die. I'm like, well, first I left before the fight even ensued, and
I went to the city.
and 2, I was told you were dead already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ziggy like left and told Eric that Chris died.
Chris and Dylan died.
Chris and Dylan died.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
And
Dylan's
Eric was like,
character.
"Oh well."
I love
Oh, well.
Dylan's character so much.
And Dylan's character was like Eric's like old friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was my drinking buddy.
Lily.
We still say that to this day
Yeah, they
when we
do.
talk to each other.
Whenever he joins, he's like, "Hi, drinking buddy."
Yeah.
Eric,
love
I
Dylan.
think I'm finally experienced enough in Pathfinder to do
To play the game.
Yep.
Is that all?
To play a brawler.
Oh. Oh no.
First time brawler, by the way. I'm gonna play brawler.
No. Brawler's really hard. Like it has a thing called martial flexibility.
Actually, I'm gonna play the cultist.
You can. There is a cultist.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And we
pretty
went over
cool.
it, and we were like, well, I was like, that's stupid.
The cleric cultist.
No, I don't know. What's it called?
Just the
I
occult
don't know.
class, I think.
Is it cultist?
There's a cultist cleric archetype that CJ was.
Well, there's another thing called.
There's another thing called like cult leader.
Yeah, that's what. That's that. Yeah, that.
Let's see.
I don't want to hear it, Alex.
No, I just want to see what it is.
You're not.
But yeah, you want to be a brawler, something that you need to know the game about.
Yeah, I think I'm able to do it now. Let's see. Cult leader, that's war priest. Investigator. Mesmerist.
Venus.
Vagina.
What?
We just got banned.
We just lost ad revenue.
No! Gatorade, stop sponsoring us!
No, we could finally take down that stupid ad that's been going on in the background.
Yeah.
I'm going insane. Everything's fine.
They won't stop talking about Gatorade. I don't get it.
Like every 5 minutes, I stop the video and it's just like, actually,
Gatorade.
like, yo, do you like Gatorade? And it's just like you hear the noise, like, that's good.
It's just you drinking for like 5 seconds, like, good Gatorade, and then back to
I love my Gatorade.
And like, I drink all of it.
Classic Powerade.
Drink now! Or you're dumb.
Nice.
Just do a typical 90s commercial where, like, the kids are, like, really excited and, like, all their cups are in the air.
Yeah, no, it's just like, it's me,
Yeah, one
and
kid's
because
flying
I'm
off
like
the shelf.
nowhere near you guys, like it's like a poor green screen edit, and just like you two dress up like kids. You're just like sitting down at the dinner table, just like super mad about like your macaroni and cheese. Then me just swoops up, flies through the sky, and it like crappy green screen. It's just like, drink some Gatorade, and I like shoot Gatorade out of my hand.
You have amazing creativity.
I like shoot Gatorade out of my hands, and it just like pops up. You're like, whoa, cool, Gatorade.
You're falsely telling the entire, like, scenario.
Yeah, like you knew exactly what you were talking about there.
He had this great plan. He's wrote this down years ago.
No.
He's like, oh my god. Did Eric just joke about Gatorade?
This is my
He's like
time.
frantically looking through a stupid book that he made when he was 8.
He's like throwing things around the room.
He's just like, I can't find it!
I got some problems over there, see? No!
Absolutely not.
No, I'm just waiting for my Gatorade commercial.
I'm looking for my Gatorade book!
You know what? Gatorade!
you just hear me talking to my mom, like frantically yelling, like, "Where is it?"
Oh man. The title of this podcast is Gatorade.
Yeah, just Gator. But it's
Gatorade.
yeah.
GayD&Doraid.
Or is GayD&Doraid? It's GayD&Doraid.
GayD&Doraid.
Gay?
Gay? Oh no, the title of
And the Marine one, that was all goody two shoes and everything.
yeah.
Complete opposite of Bobby, and I had he had a last name. I
And
don't remember the character.
Eric and I were both gonna be spies.
I remember that.
You don't remember
Yeah,
that?
No, I said I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a Bobby family. Bobby had a last name, but I don't remember what I made it. So I should think of another last name.
Yeah. And now you're human, so it can't be anything like Because like when we were a Fishman, Bobby's like last name or Fishman last names are like aqua related.
Mm-hmm.
Aquatic
Not a
related.
human.
And you're
Any
human,
animal,
so
no.
it could be anything now.
Yeah.
You could be Primrose.
Primwit.
Minecraft water.
Minecraft water. Also, I came up with me and Bella came up with a new name or like a new daughter name.
Bella
What-
and I. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a Penelope. Or no, it's not Penelope. It's Juniper.
I was gonna say Penelope. Isn't that the girl from Wreck-It Ralph?
I've never seen Wreck-It Ralph.
You're dumb. You're missing out, and I hate you. Anyways,
I have a last name.
what is it in
Person.
Bragano?
Curson? How do you spell it?
Kerson.
Bobby Curson.
Bobby Curson.
Lieutenant Curson.
Lieutenant
Sounds like he's
Curson.
gonna have a Texas accent.
Y'all.
Yo, matey, I may be a pirate, but I run in the sand business.
I make the best Tex-Mex you've ever done seen.
The Great Cottonfield.
Yar me, mateys.
Y'all.
You like tip down the hat as you go to shoot someone.
What?
You just tip down your hat as you shoot someone. Yeehaw, cowboy.
Ranger.
I like to think I don't have my accent anymore, but I still have like the lingo of a southern.
You have southern lingo, but not
the accent because I haven't been in like that area in a while because I've been with pirates.
Are you still recording, Siggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This could be like bonus.
I can end it whenever I want.
That's true. You can. I can continue talking like this forever.
Now, honestly, same. Except for when I don't.
Same, honestly.
I was looking because like I had a folder for like character pics I made for characters, so I just didn't forget what they look like. That too. That's and I see one of the things I named these images. I just called OP Fishy.
OP Fishy.
I see. Did I ever tell you that I renamed Nick's internet? And they never figured out how to rename it.
What did you name it?
I renamed it. No, I didn't rename it. I changed their password.
Yeah, they somehow gave him when he was there, gave him the ability to change his password.
Like I don't know how my computer was screwing up. I didn't have I didn't have my password typed in. And it was like and like I clicked it and it was like, would you like to edit this internet? Which means like it was probably like not like secure or something like that. And I was like, I just said sure. And then it was like, what would you like the password to be? And then I typed in fishy friends. and then I hit accept. And then like I went on to the thing, and then I went on his password, or I went on his internet, and I typed in fishy friends, and I got on. And everybody else got kicked out of their internet, and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong with the internet right now?" I'm like, "Try fishy friends."
Wasn't there a time where like we didn't know his password, but it was like milkshake?
Guys, don't hack into Nick's internet, whoever Nick is.
That was his Minecraft password. It was me, Eric, or no, it was me, George, and Nick, and we were like, we were all at Nick's house yet again.
We should play Minecraft.
I was there that day though, wasn't I? Because it was his birthday.
Was it his birthday?
I thought it was his birthday because I was there and I thought I broke his computer.
No. That's whenever this was whenever he used a laptop. We were probably telling you this during that time. This is whenever we all had laptops and we would sit in his living room playing Minecraft.
Guys, we should play Minecraft.
Right now?
Not right now, like in a little bit. We should.
Okay. I don't want to make the server.
I can.
Oh, you have the worst internet.
Well,
I now have the best internet.
Yeah, you do it, Alex. You already have. You already have a server.
I have to find it again.
Unless they want to restart.
I mean, it could have, but whatever.
But we should find a new pack that's like more fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, what was I talking about?
You didn't even get to see our world.
Whatever. Oh yeah. And then he was just, I can't remember my fucking password. He's just like, try everything. He's like, I can't remember my stupid password. Like, and then like George was like, try milkshake. And he's like, okay. He tries milkshake. He's like, I'm in.
No idea.
Yeah, and he's like, what? And George is like, what?
Those were the.
Oh, that reminds me of a time. This will blow your fucking mind. I don't know how this happened, but it's whenever I lived in those apartments, Eric, by the hospital.
Yeah.
And my backyard neighbor, Autumn
Neighbor?
Irwin. Did I say neighbor?
You did.
Neighbor. Autumn. Her and I used to like hang out. And like one day I was like locked out of my house. Cause like I didn't have my key in my bag for some reason. And like I tried my back door and that was locked, and I tried my windows and those were locked. So I was like, fuck it. And I went over to Autumn's house. I was like, yo, I'm gonna chill here because my or like at first I asked her. She wasn't there, but her older brother was there, and I was like, hey, can you help me break into my house? And he was like, sure. So we're like trying to like fuck with windows and all that stuff. He's like, he doesn't work. He's like, huh? And he tries his front, like his house key in my front door, and it opens.
Oh my god.
Shows you how secure this apartment door.
And we were like, what? Like that's not allowed. So we got our key things changed.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
We were like, what? We were so confused.
Uh,
Okay, Eric is a human. Oh, you get
Okay.
swashbucklers are so good, man.
I'm gonna end it off here. Do you have any closing anything that you would like to say before you leave forever, Eric?
I'm not gay.
Nah, he's probably gonna be our guest.
No, shut up. Alex, anything else?
Nah.
No, nothing? Okay. Have a wonderful bird. I don't know. Don't die in D&D. That's probably the worst thing you can do. That's all I